Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Logan, otherwise known as Spook and Jukes. I've got another Dead by Daylight video for you today. It's going to be a little bit different than the last couple Dead by Daylight videos. This one's going to be focusing on how to get to low ranks or pip as killer. I don't know why I did this, because that's actually what it's called. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to pip as killer or double pip if you're lucky and do really well in the game. The reason I'm doing this is because they recently, in the newest patch, updated the ranking system and made it more difficult for both Killer and Survivor to actually pip. It's a lot more difficult, but it's definitely doable, and if you play the game well and play smart, you can easily pip, if not double pip. So, I'm going to be going over Killer today because I am a Killer main. I do play a lot of Survivor as well and understand all the point system for Survivor. If you want me to do a Survivor guide for this same topic, let me know, and I will definitely make that, because why the hell not? But today I'm going to be doing Killer, and I want to go over how you can do well in each of the categories. There's 4 categories. I want to show you how to do well in each of them, or explain to you how to do well in them, in order to get either gold or iridescent in each category so that you can pip or double pip. So let's go over the categories real quick. You have Gatekeeper, you have Malicious, you have Devout, and then you have Chaser. So you have 4 categories that you kind of need to be thinking about, need to have in the back of your head throughout the entire game while you're playing, and you need to make sure that you're winning, or per se, doing well in each of these categories while also doing well in the game. You know, so basically for Chaser, you want to win the chase, right? But at the same time, you don't want to waste too much time on one survivor so that they get all the gens done. You see what I'm saying? How you have to kind of juggle all of these things in your mind to make sure that you're playing smart and not focusing too much on one category, but that you're focusing on all of the categories. So let's talk a little bit about Gatekeeper. So Gatekeeper is just making sure that the gens are basically held at a standstill, or at least slowed down very much so. So, like I said, if you're chasing one person the entire game, you know, they got you looped and everything like that, they're a really good survivor, and you don't break off from that chase ever, and all the other survivors get all the gens done, you're going to do really poor in the Gatekeeper category. Now, that's the trick with that one. So if you're chasing somebody down and they're just looping you around, and you know that, you know, they're going to waste a lot of your time, it's better to break off from that chase and go find some other survivors. It's better if the survivors don't know who you're going after. It's good to mix up your targets that way. So, it's just some perks you can throw in to help with this, as well as Ruin, of course, and Discordance. Those are probably the 2 main perks that can help you in the Gatekeeper category. There's also the new one for the Plague. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but the one that covers up the gens. That's still pretty good, I guess, for helping at the beginning of the game, but Ruin and Discordance are going to help you the most. Ruin's going to basically help throughout the entire game until they find the totem, because they have to constantly hit great skill checks to even progress the gen, unless they don't get any skill checks, which does happen, or very few skill checks. I'm rambling. Discordance is great because if you're chasing somebody and getting looped and whatnot, and you see the 2 other survivors are on a gen, then you should definitely break off from that chase if you're not about to finish the chase, like if you haven't even hit them yet. Get off that chase, go after the 2 survivors that are on that gen, and maybe kick the gen or get one of those survivors down. Basically just apply pressure. Now let's go to the second category, which is Malicious. Now with the Malicious category, it's basically about applying pressure to survivors, kind of like where we left off in the last category. So basically, you lose points in this category whenever a survivor becomes healed. Like, so if you hit them, they get away and they become healed. Or I think even if they get off the hook and they become healed, you technically lose points. So you want to continue to apply pressure to the survivors. That doesn't mean that as soon as a survivor gets off a hook, you want to tunnel them. I mean, you can. It's a dick move. I wouldn't recommend it. But speaking of which, in that category, I don't think it's actually in that category, but in that same realm, you don't want to stay close to the hook. I just want to throw this out there now. Sorry, my dog is having a moment. Now, you don't want to stay too close to the hooks when there's a survivor on the hook. You actually lose a decent amount of points for that now if you stay too close for too long. It's basically punishing you for camping, which in my opinion is a good thing. I was never one for camping to begin with, unless I was trolling. You know, sometimes it's fun to troll survivors after you've gotten a couple toxic survivor groups. It's nice to throw on Insidious and, you know, get Leatherface out there and camp, right? No, I'm just kidding. I've done it a couple times. Okay. Moving on. So let's get to the third category. So basically, yeah, so malicious, you want to apply pressure, stop people from healing, stop people from, interrupt them while they're doing gens, while they're healing, all that good stuff. Let's move on to the third category, which is devout. Now devout, that one is basically just killing survivors. This is the most straightforward category in my opinion. So whenever you sacrifice a survivor, whenever you mori a survivor, I believe whenever you catch them in a bear trap, stuff like that. I don't know if it's just when they get in the dying state, but I think bear traps do add to that as well. But mainly it's going to be sacrificing or killing. Same thing with, I think the bear trap thing is mainly the pig. So like when their heads explode, you know what I mean? So like things like that. Whenever you kill a survivor in any form, it goes towards this category. Now, that's the most straightforward category. We're going to move to the fourth category, which is chaser. Now, chaser is also pretty straightforward. You get points for finding survivors, so whenever you find a survivor, you get points in this category, and whenever you win a chase, you get points in this category. So if you constantly are chasing survivors and they're constantly getting away, you're not going to get a ton of points in this category. So that's where, like I said, you have to kind of multitask and juggle around your, your options and objectives and ideas. So like if you're chasing a survivor, you want to win that chase. But if the chase is going on too long, as I was saying before, and gens are getting done, you want to forget about that chase and go stop the gens from being done. You got to kind of, it is pretty difficult, like I said, to juggle them all. But once you get it down, once you can multitask, you kind of just don't play like a dick, okay? Don't tunnel people, because that's going to fuck you over in the long run. If somebody's really ticking you off, clicking flashlights at you, teabagging, they're trying to do that. They want you to waste your time chasing them, and mostly it's good survivors that do that because they know that they can run you. So don't let them get to your head, you know what I'm saying? So it's better to just play the game without letting that stuff cloud your mind, and to continue chasing all survivors, hooking all survivors, because the more hooks you get, the more points you get as well. So let's just go back over all the categories here. We have Gatekeeper. Don't let all the gens get done. Perks do help you with this. Ruin and Discordance especially. Big time help you with this. We have Malicious. Stopping people from healing. Stopping people from doing other objectives. When they get healed, you lose points. I don't think it's a lot of points, but you do technically lose points when they become fully healed. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog's collar, but she's having a moment. So then we have Chaser, Chaser's the last one. We have. Will you quit rolling around down there? Sorry, guys. Silly puppy. She's really cute right now, though. Where was I? Devout. Devout's next. We have Devout. I don't plan on editing this video either. I'm just going to upload it straight, just to go along with the gameplay and everything like that. But it's no big deal, because we're covering everything, aren't we? We're covering it all. So then we have Devout. Sacrifice, kill, hook. Make sure you're getting hooks. Like that's another thing too. That's another reason you don't want to camp, right? Is because you want to hook each survivor at least twice. Technically, it's really hard to do that in every game, to hook every survivor and then third hook them to kill them. You'd have to be playing some really bad survivors who don't know how to do gens or anything. But you want to get as many hooks on each survivor as you can. And if you want blood points, then obviously you want barbecue and chili for that, because that's super useful. But that's a whole nother topic. I can do a blood points guide too, because I've been doing a lot of studying on that too, of how to get the most blood points, because I like to get more add-ons and stuff for my killers. I ramble a lot, sorry. And then the last one is Chaser. So you want to continue to chase your survivors. Continue to chase them. You want to chase your survivors, you want to win the chase, you want to find the survivors. I'm having an aneurysm. You want to find survivors, you get points for that. You want to chase the survivors, you want to win the chase. If you lose the chase, you lose points. So you have to keep all these things in mind. Don't focus on one category. Try to focus on every single category so that you can be getting points in every single one. If you can't, you're not going to do well. If you tunnel, you're not going to do well. But you also need to play smart. So if you're towards the end of the game and you're already doing well, and you got one survivor that's on a hook, and you know that the other survivors are nearby, and you kind of need to stay near the hook just because survivors are nearby, then do what you gotta do. But most circumstances, you don't want to stay near the hook. You don't want to tunnel. You're going to end up losing points in the long run. If some survivor is really pissing you off that much and you just really want them dead, fine. Camp them. I don't give a shit what you do. I'm just telling you how to pip, okay? I'm telling you how to pip, how to double pip, vice versa. All that good stuff. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this helps in some way. My name is Spookin' Jukes. Have a great rest of your darn tootin' day.